Hello and welcome. You join me once again in City Skylines using the Sunset Harbour DLC and a whole host of other ones. If you're at all interested, then I've listed all the packs that I'm using down in the description of this video. Yeah, we're back here in Ajaxville. We've moved on a few days, quite a few days actually, since the last episode. I've tidied up a few things, just fixed a few little things that weren't working quite right. So before we get started on today's episode, a quick update of where we've gone. The farm here, I think as I was leaving the last episode, I noticed that our flour mill here was getting regular messages like this: not enough raw materials, which is slightly unexpected, but you know, I suppose that's the way of industry. You know, it's a constant demand for stuff. So I've added in a couple more of these wheat fields. I don't think it matters which crop it puts in there. So it could be potatoes, it could be pear trees, it could be apples, it could be anything. It just takes crops of whatever sort. That helps a little bit, but I think the key thing here to notice is it makes money. The whole farm is making money. Usually a little bit more than that, but sometimes a bit less too. I've also extended our residential area out here up to the to this very junction here, but I'm not putting houses on that far side of the road, so there is some small protection from the noise of the highway. As we can see, where's noise? Yeah, not the best place. For some reason the commercial districts are very noisy, which is a little bit of a concern perhaps, but well, that's business for you. That's the high life. I also put in a second recycling centre here. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I fully understand how the recycling works, but I think, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, that the ordinary landfill refuse trucks, the dustbin lorries, will attempt to send their rubbish to the recycling centre if the recycling centre has got space, and this one hasn't. And in fact, there was a moment before I started this recording when there was just this whole road was just full of refuse trucks, of waste lorries being turned away from the recycling centre. So I put another one in over here, and I've lost it already, just to sort of take up any of the slack from the two actual landfill sites here. Now the other one here, which is emptying, I'll let that get a bit more empty and then I'll enable it again and just see how that balances out from there. And finally I put in another fire station down here because when I ran the game on for a little bit, there were a few small fires starting which weren't getting seen to very quickly, because the other fire station is over here. Is that you? No, that's you there. So I think it just took them a long time getting to the location of the fire. And if you've seen my Instagram or Twitter feed recently, you'll have noticed a picture of this tree being burnt. Yeah, we had a disaster, and it was me saying at the end of the last episode, where's the disasters? Where do they come from? Well, apparently they just come out of nowhere. I had thought they might be linked in to me actually putting down some natural disaster assets like the emergency shelters and detection buoys and stuff like that, but apparently not. So this tree caught fire, and I was getting all sorts of alarming messages saying, disaster, disaster, there's a fire raging through the city. And it was just this one solitary tree. As you can see, I didn't actually save that part of the game up to that, so it hasn't burnt down. I'm sorry about that. I could burn it down manually, I think, can't I? But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tempt fate. Anyway, but we will look at putting some disaster stuff in today. But the main thing I want to do is start moving people. We've got lots of demand for residential and commercial now. So I want to start extending over here, which means getting some off-ramps, well indeed on-ramps as well, for this roundabout here. Possibly over here too, but yeah, I'm still have to practice my roundabout building. So that's what we'll do. I'll just turn the night time off as usual. I do love this time of day though in the game. It does look very scenic. I'll turn that off and then we'll get straight into the rest of this episode. Right, so here we are. What I'm planning to do here is lay down a bit of a little roundabout off the main sort of highway intersection that you've got there. So we'll put a roundabout. I want it sort of close-ish to the main highway, because I don't really want people living here, because that's just not going to be a pleasant place to live, really, is it? So I'm thinking a roundabout somewhere around here, and then I can hopefully build the connecting roads to the main interchange there. So we'll build our little braces first. I think if I build 80 by 80 in each direction, it will only be a small roundabout. Will that be sufficient, do I think? So if I go up there and round there, there, round there, there, round there, and around there. It does look a little bit tiny. It does look a little bit tiny. Let's make it a little bit bigger, shall we? I think we will get a fair amount of traffic here, so it does need to be a reasonable size. So if that was 80, we'll take it. I want it to be straight. Another. Oh, is that the minimum size I can build? 60. Oh, that is annoying, isn't it? No, I don't want that. I want it to be just a bit more than 80. 80, 100. That will do. Oh, and you. Okay, let's get you done. Right, let's try a roundabout again. I'm not sure if that is much bigger, to be honest, but it'll do. It'll do. Now, we will want to brace the interchange roundabout as well, because otherwise if I put the on and off ramps on here, it will simply distort the curvature that we've got so nicely constructed in here. Now, can I get away with just building that end, bracing that end? Okay, so what sort of roads do we want on and off? A highway ramp or a ordinary slow road? I'm thinking an ordinary slow road will do fine, actually. Yeah, because you should be slowing down now from motorway speed, so that's good. And we will go. Will we go in or out? We'll go in this way. Actually, that junction looks a bit wrong, doesn't it? That's not a very good junction. I'm not going to worry about that. So we want we'll curve you ever so. Are we going to curve you at all slightly? No, I think it's going to be the answer to that, isn't it? But can we take you down a little bit? We can take you down a little bit. That will do, I think. From there. And what we want to do is bring you down to ground in a reasonably sensible fashion. That doesn't look too appalling. No, I'm okay with that, I think. Okay. And so let's disconnect from that. Let's try this side. Down again. And again. No, you see, it does try and take me down too quickly, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks okay, I think. trouble is, I'm not sure I want you to go out quite that far. I'd rather actually you came in a little bit closer to the other junction. So can I... It's already occupied, don't be silly. Okay. Well, that would look fine if it let me do it. You're going to let me do it from there. Actually, is that actually a bad idea? I think I might be happy with that, actually. Will this work? You see, this is why people use things like the Move It mod, isn't it? Because that just looks plain ugly. Okay, I mean that's there's a bit of a kink there. That's by no means perfect, but I think that will work. So if they come off here, they go on there. Yeah. As I said, by no means perfect, but it should work. So let's get rid of the bracing arms here. Yeah, and I think that still works okay. Right, so we now need to decide what roads we want going out here. So we will take... What I think I'll do actually is I'll also have a connecting road here under the bridge to the Victoria Cliffside district. So if we stick a main road... Again, we'll make it... What's that? It's a large avenue with grass, with trees and parking. We don't really want parking. So if I take you down to the ground again and around here perhaps... Okay, and then we'll draw off our roads from here. If we put a commercial district up there and then more housing, I'm going to ignore this fertile land here, so we'll not use that for industry as such. And we could have a little... not quite sure what I'll stick there. Right, we'll put some more of this road perhaps. Going around here... and a nice little pincer movement. There we go. And in the middle of all that we will stick... Do we want this to be bicycle lanes or trees? I quite like trees now, because we are in kind of a foresty area, aren't we? Yeah, let's put trees on these roads. The cyclists can cycle along the pavements, of course, can't they? So how are we going to draw these roads? We'll have... That's an idea. Lots of these sort of these crescents. There we go. And have I got? Yeah, I have got the guidelines on. I'm feeling I might have turned them off for some reason. And around there. Is that a bit too far away? Because this could be fair. Ooh, that's no. It could be fairly densely populated. Along here, just getting the sort of the correct point so you get, yeah, that's it, close together but not too close and not too far apart. I think you probably want to be closer than that. Around like that. Oh, that's looking perfect, I think. Yep. I've no idea what this particular landscape is supposed to represent here. Well, you know, something or other. What we'll do, we'll put... do we want this to curve, perhaps? Do we want this to curve? Not to the roundabout, so we'll do that. No, let's not curve it. Let's keep it straight on. Don't demolish stuff. There we go. So if I do that, and or along there perhaps. Okay, yeah. Yep, I think that can be our commercial district. Okay, let's make sure we've got services for it. Gonna draw some water out. All the way out there. And along here. That will do. And along there. Where should we... would that be there? That will just about cover it, I think. Okay, now the next trick is going to be getting electric, isn't it? What we could do... Right, what this road going under the bridge... we will stick, again, a country road in there. What I'll do, let's move it off here. I think rather than the roundabout, we can move it. That's a bit too tight, I think. That looks more natural. Okay, and we will bring you in where? I'm thinking... Do we want to bring it in off there, perhaps? We could take it from there, to be honest. Oh, we could, couldn't we? Because that, if we do it, yeah, if we do it from there, that keeps it separate from this lovely little district here. For no particularly good reason, though, so I'm not quite sure what this road under the bridge is going to do. But there you are. Right. Yeah, that could be a kind of industrial area in the middle there, couldn't it? Yeah, like a big shopping centre, a big shopping mall, as some people might call them. Right, so we need our commercial. We'll stick commercial in our little district here. Yeah, okay. We'll stick them along the road there too. Yeah, you're two. Can I put a little path in there to help the arrangement of the blocks? Can I make it curvy at all? Yeah, it's not really going to help much there, is it, to be honest? If I made that straight, would that help? It really doesn't... Oh, it does. It doesn't mind doing little short blocks, but that doesn't help that little bit there. Okay. But if I put some road along there... Yeah, I think I get a little bit more commercial space. Barely. Oh, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Right, and residential. Now we are getting close to the 6,000. We are getting close to our next town achievement, as it were. So we'll put the houses over here. You'll do. You're a very odd shape. And there, and there. And perhaps also here as well. That's lovely. Right, now electric though. Where is the electric going to come from? Can we get it? Oh, we can get it under the bridge. Excellent. Right, yeah, kind of. Okay, from one place only, from there. Right, so far. Ooh, we don't need those braces anymore, so let's get rid of those. Just in case I might want to put an electric pylon in the middle of the roundabout. You know, like you do. And then we can have that running along. We'll see how that pans out, how they develop from there. Right, let's get the city going. Oh, I have spent a lot of money. I'm down to 6.5 grand. But thankfully, I'm making nearly 7 every week. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. Build it and they will come. Now, while I'm on this subject, I was playing around because I have mentioned before that what I might do is I might add some mods into the game, not sort of game changing or scripting or sort of feature altering mods, but asset mods, just sort of new buildings, new styles, that sort of thing. So I had a look at a couple, and the trouble is it's so long since I last played the game, I'm kind of out of touch with what the good mods are at the moment. So I'm playing this in kind of a European feel, is the style of this map. So if you've got any good suggestions for good current European style or particularly UK style buildings and district themes, it'd be nice to have districts themed to particular sort of styles of building and so on, would be really nice. And then I can add them to the game going forward, and that'd be really nice. Just to, why are we running out of water? Why are we running out? Because you're not connected, you great plank. Honestly, what am I like? Not there or there. No, let's put you back. Let's put you to there. And all of a sudden, the water appears. Yeah, so again, if you've got any good suggestions for asset mods, district styles and stuff, it'd be great to hear from you. Just drop a note into the comments box below. Okay. One other thing I was thinking of doing was this area here. I've been thinking of had a kind of old village feel. So one of the mods asset mods, hey, big town. We are a big town. We have reached 6,000 people. So I should get a nice big boost to my bank balance for one thing. I can get some new areas. Oh, taxation policies. Blimps, metros and buses. Buses, I keep thinking I should put some buses on soon. And I will. Offices. Oh, leisure specialisations, education. Oh, this is policies, isn't it? Oh, VIP areas. Dolphin safe fishing. Oh, that's really good. Sustainable fishing. Wow, decrease it. I don't know how profitable my fishing is at the moment. I have a suspicion the last time I looked it wasn't. High density. Excellent. And lots of new buildings. Firewatch towers. Oh, that's the trouble. There's so much to play with in here. Unique buildings. Do I get... I've got the winter market. A department store. Well, it's ticked, so I assume I can build one of those. Yeah, anything else I can... No, I'm a long way off most... Ooh, a temple complex, the Oriental Pearl Tower. We do have a Japanese garden somewhere. Achievements, yeah, whatever. Monuments, we don't have monuments yet. Okay, yeah, so what was I thinking? Oh, yes. Oh, look, there's a burning building. We'll come to you in a second. I was thinking... This looked like an old village, so I did find a district style for old UK villages, and it sort of works, but it didn't quite fit in with the aesthetic that I've got for the game. So again, if you've got any suggestions for that, with a nice variation of buildings. That'd be lovely. So I was thinking we could turn this in, give this a more proper villagey feel, and put more gravel tracks down. Because that's what villages have, isn't it? Gravel tracks. They have narrow, bendy lanes. 30, yeah, that keeps the speed right down. So do we want this to be curvy or just lots of... I think... No, we'll keep it... Oh, let's keep it curvy. A bit like that, perhaps. And if you go off a bit like that. Again, the problem is we end up with lots of silly little blocks which don't do anything useful. If I get rid of that bit of road, does that help? It does, but I don't want to build along the main road here, because that's not what you do. I wonder if I put a path along there, would that help? That might help. What sort of... Oh, let's use our trees. I'm feeling very green at the moment, so if we put a path along there to the cemetery. Aha, yeah, it does make these blocks a little bit better. That's good. Okay, so let's put some villages in here. Some little houses. I'll put a very little one there. Over here. Yes. And there. And perhaps there. Was that a bell tolling? I think it was, the graveyard. And oh, actually we could do a little corner shop on the end. And on the end there. Okay, that's good. They should have water. They do. They will have electric. That's not a problem. And I will give this district a name. We'll actually institute a policy here as well, I think. It's not going to be called Pearl Hills. That'll do. Let's fine tune that a little bit. Off the road. Oops, not that far off the road. Ah! There you go, that's better. We don't really want that house there, or whatever that is. Yeah, that looks okay. We don't really need the main road. Okay, that's good. And we will in fact call you... We'll call you Churchlands. Yay, why not? Yeah, so it'd be nice to have a choice of styles here for this particular district. Just housing and commercial buildings of a particular style. Policy here, what do we... Oh, we've got taxation policies. Cool. Services. What do we want in here? Anything in particular? What I'm thinking is we'll call this the Old Town. Yep. Heavy traffic ban. Yes, definitely. No rebuilding. No, let's not do that. Everything else, I think, yeah, that will do. That will do. Okay. Will people move in there? I've no idea. And while I'm talking of districts, let's go over here and we'll give this district a name too. We'll take it all the way from here, all the way up here. And as suggested by long-time subscriber, thank you so much for staying with the channel and commenting so frequently, Mr. Phosphorek, we'll call this the Phosphoria. There you go. And named so. Do we give this any policies? Yeah, if you've got, I'll leave it for the moment, but if you've got any thoughts, either Mr. Phosphorek yourself or anybody else on policies that might be appropriate for this little area, that would be cool. What's our building like there? We don't have any buildings on that side. Now let's put some in here too, I think. There you go. Right. Do we want to move into high density at all anywhere? I think we could start moving these to high density. But not just yet. Not just yet. We'll leave that to a future episode. But one thing I want to do, and this will finish off this episode, just checking everything else is okay. Oh, that burning building, I quite forgot about it. It looks like it's been saved. So obviously the fire service got there in good time. Right. Okay, so what I'm thinking is to prepare for natural disasters is to put in, we've got more things now, large shelters. Is put in this disaster response unit, which basically sends out helicopters and recovery vehicles for when disasters happen and strike damage, indeed damnation to your city, but it is quite large. And I'm thinking this district here, which is mostly industrial and a bit of commercial, will be as good a place as any for it, because it doesn't get in the way of any residential areas. I don't think it's a bit noisy, but not too much. So let's slow this down again. We're going to need to make space for it, so get rid of some of these roads, I think, is what we need to do. If I get rid of you from there, I think this is just ordinary road, isn't it? Let's go straight down. Can we go? No, I don't want to do that. If we take guidelines off, will that help me? Apparently not. You want me to go from there? I don't really want to destroy that business. I don't particularly want to. How awful does that look? It does look pretty awful, doesn't it? Can we fit the building in yet? No, we need to take this other road back as well, I think. I'll take you out. Oh, interesting. That commercial building didn't seem to mind having the road taken away. Curious. Can we put you in here? We can put you in that way. Ah, okay. I had planned to put it round that way. But obviously doesn't like that curved road. And to be honest, neither do I. Let's get rid of that. No, destruct it. There we go. No, it has to be, I'm afraid. Absolutely. Bang on straight. But it could. Well, it looks a little bit curvier, but less so. I can fit you in there now. Splendid. And if I do you like that, is there just room to squeeze a little bit of a road through there? Ooh, let's try that. Okay. Oh, we can. We can get you to there. And there. Result. Okay. So that's going to be our disaster recovery unit. Yeah, disaster response unit, not recovery unit. Just in case disasters happen. So there we are. I think we might leave this as at this point. Okay. Yeah, the flour mill is not complaining. We're making only 484 in profit. Oh, I was going to check the fishing, wasn't I? There's something I was going to check. You can do that on the budget, I think, can't you? Industry. There you are. There we are. oh, sorry. Yeah, the game is running. For a moment there, that said $4 and something, which is remarkably precise. But it is making money. That's impressive. And the farm, 1900. I'm very happy with that. And everyone appears to be happy. Could do with a little bit more commercial, perhaps. Could we do that here? We could have a little shopping area out here as well, perhaps. But you know what? let's leave that for the next stage of Ajaxville's development. So that's it. Yes, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cities Skylines. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Even better though, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, particularly, as I said, if you can recommend any good collections of assets which fit a particular theme or district style, would be very much appreciated. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you can do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Cities Skylines, until the next time, bye-bye for now.